Unexpressed emotions get tangled with assumptions, which causes emotional and relational breakdown. It happens all the time. That's why my clients come to me. It's all this tangled mess. I'm a relationship coach. Relationship navigation specialist is what I like to call it, because I help men and women understand each other better so they can have great relationships. I also have a master's in counseling and a bachelor's in family studies, and all of those things have built on what I do now. And when I see a client or a couple, I do sessions. I do a couple session, then I do 2 individual sessions and a couple session and 2 individual sessions and so forth, because what we bring to the relationship are these expectations that get tied up and intertwined, and we battle for our expectations. And often a couple hasn't ever looked at what they require in their relationship. They don't know what they must have and what they can't stand. And one of the first exercises I do with people is give them a list of 50 must-haves and 50 can't stands, and they have to choose 10. And I say 10 of each. You don't get 150 because that's ridiculous. Nobody will ever be that for you. What they need is 10 must-haves. Like, I require kindness. I require health consciousness, loyalty. What do you require? Ask yourself that in your relationship, because often those are the things we fight about over and over and over again. And when we have expectations, this person has been wonderful when we were dating, it's going great. Then we get married, and then the archetype of marriage lands on the table in front of you, plus all your cultural viewpoints, your family viewpoints, your expectations, and then it becomes a chaotic mess. And a lot of times people during the first year of marriage go, oh my God, what am I doing? This is insane. Who is this person? We like to think it's all harmony, and it's not usually. So we don't see our partners. I'm going to talk about 3 things. One of them is we don't see our partners as a separate person. We don't realize that each person has needs that are valid. And we don't understand certain areas where we get tripped up. I've got a program called the Relationship Navigation System that covers 12 make or break topics in every relationship. But let's start with CEOs first. CEOs is stuck in your own head syndrome. CEOs, stuck in your own head syndrome. Every single person looks at the world and their partner, especially, the closer we are, the more we expect them to be like us. We look at them as versions of ourselves through our beliefs, through our values, through our cultural experience, through our family's upbringing. I was on a date one time with a guy, and he had cooked dinner, and we were going to sit down and have this beautiful meal, and he pulls out a newspaper and starts reading. That was what he saw growing up. That's how his father had dinner with the family. I was like, what is this? We're on a date. Why are you not talking to me? Because in my family, we didn't have side activities. We didn't have phones. I mean, these days, I actually bought a phone jail for my house so that when people come over, everybody locks their phone in, because I'm used to conversation and connection. So that was one place that we had a mismatch. And, needless to say, he's long gone. When we expect our partner to be like ourselves, we're going to be really frustrated a lot of the time. They're frustrated with us because we're not doing things the way they would. We're frustrated with them because they're not doing the things we would. We get into big trouble that way. We also get into trouble because we expect our needs to be primary. And I think it's important to express your needs. Everybody needs them. He needs to. And often the masculine, I need food. I need sex. I need to get my car fixed. I need to do this. They're single focused. We think that's really domineering as women. So the feminine, we are notoriously bad about expressing what we need until we're upset without it. We hint, we assume they're going to understand what we're talking about. They don't. They might accidentally get it right. They might accidentally do something we really need. Then they get a special treat like a BJ or, their favorite meal, but they have no idea what they did to get this experience. I work with my couples on how to express their needs so that their partner can hear it. And I work with each individual to know and really understand on a deep level that even if they don't understand the need, they can navigate it to make sure their partner's needs get met. Because if they're not, over time, we fall branch by painful branch out of the tree of love and go splat and we're out. There are a lot of areas where we miscommunicate. Commitment. The feminine often thinks that, or the masculine, I'll start with there. The masculine thinks, I say I do, I've made my commitment, we're in for life. The feminine, on the other hand, we vote every single day on a relationship, sometimes multiple times a day. It's crazy making for us. But did you know that most women do this too? You're not alone. I help women to solve that and understand that they're within a man's commitment circle so that they feel safe knowing he's not voting every day. Because as I said at the beginning, we're thinking that they are thinking exactly the same way we are, but they're not. And they're thinking we're thinking the same thing as they are, but we're not. So when we get that clear, we can begin to have more connection. We can begin to feel safe. We have different experiences with safety, with sex, with time, appreciation. The list goes on. And I help couples to navigate this so they can get to a place of peace and acceptance and appreciation within their relationship. I do a 30-minute relationship consultation. If you are struggling with your relationship, you really want to make it work, you're wondering if this person is the right one for you, if you should stay or should you leave, I don't start with the premise, I'm going to save your relationship. I'm going to help each person be happy and fulfilled. And that may be together and it may not be. If you've been on the fence or if you're wondering what you can do to make your relationship better, hit me up for this consultation. It's free. It's an opportunity to get to know me and share your story so I can find out how I can best serve you. And you can go to bit.ly.com or bit.ly/consult with Kimi, and I'll put that in the chat also.